Alright, what's up, y'all? I'm back. Oh, man. Okay. So, once again, like I said, I'm shooting these in between my workouts. So if I'm out of breath right now and I recover, then you know what's up. I've never gone over my complete workout history, but um, a long time ago, a guy introduced me to the gym. He was a professional bodybuilder. Um, had a gorgeous body. God. Um, he competed professionally. Not anybody famous. He competed professionally, locally around. He was up and coming. Some things happened, and he's no longer on this planet. So, and maybe one day I'll do a video about that, but it is what it is. But, I mean, well, to be honest, I take that back. I had a real close friend in high school who played football. And one time he took me in the locker room, and we benched one time. And I just did it because he was my real close friend, and, you know, we had that type of relationship. It was like, hey, come try this with me, And he would do it. And I was in a band, so, I would tell him, come to the band hall. And, I always show him little stuff. We would just like that, you know what I'm saying? We would try each other's, things that we liked. But anyway, that was the first time. But I can't say that it really stuck. I can't say that it really stuck with me. Maybe because it was bench. I'm going to be honest and say, I'm not saying that women can't bench, but bench is more of a man thing. That's more of a, guys like to have, that's chest and arms and shoulders, which I'm not that kind of girl, guys. To me, the sexiest thing on a man is legs and ass, because that's what men usually don't work. You can pecs and arms, you can find that all day, every day. It's people that don't even work out got that. And abs too. All you gotta do is find a guy who's naturally slim. Probably gonna have abs. You know what I'm saying? Like, that stuff was nothing to me. What I liked was legs and ass. That's what I liked. And I still like that to this day, because I'm gonna be real. In the bedroom, what part of your chest and arms help you get down? Oh, okay, that's what I thought. It's more your legs, back, and ass that help you get with that. So, I'm just saying, I need for your back, legs, and ass to be strong. That's what I need. All that arms and that's all right, but to me that's that. Look at me, you know what I'm saying? I'm just not into that kind of dude, really. I'm into the kind of dude who actually wants to be strong. You know what I'm saying? And being strong, just mosquitoes. Being strong just from the waist up per se ain't strong to me. Like, real strong men were strong all over, but that's neither here nor there. Mosquitoes. So anyway, that's why in high school, when I benched that one time, working out didn't really stick with me. I really didn't like it. It wasn't until later on, I was still in high school, but I was like a senior. Like I said, met this professional bodybuilder. And just one day he was just like, come to the gym with me. And to be honest with you, I was very intimidated, because he went to a gym that was very, like, everybody in there was, if they didn't compete, they could have been competing. Like, that's what kind of gym he went to. Like, when you went in there, you know what I'm saying? Like, the energy in there was something totally different than I had ever experienced before. And very, very few women was in there. And a few women that was in there, they either was competing or could have been competing. You know what I'm saying? So for a girl like me that was just, regular average girl, I'm like, but I have to admit, everybody was really nice. And I remember he said, well, what do you want to work? And I don't know why, I said, I don't know, my biceps. Let's pick that, And I just, like, randomly said that. He gave me dumbbells. And was like, hit curl. And I was like, oh. And then, he showed me, some little variations of the curl, and, different ways to hit different parts of the muscle or what have you. And then, we went on and we did some other exercises. But I liked it. I don't know how to explain it. I liked the energy in that. it was competitive, but it was kind of more a friendly type competitive. And I'm a competitive person, so it's kind of like if I see somebody do something, I'm like, shit, they can do that shit, I can do it, you know. So that's kind of how it was. And I would see people doing stuff in the gym, and at the time, I couldn't do it, or I most definitely couldn't do it with the weight they was using. But I'd be like, I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that. So anyway, you know, time progressed. He and I eventually went our separate ways. Like I said, maybe one day I'll do a video on that. But he and I went our separate ways, and I ended up. I went to college, and I was in a band, and the band was I was very busy, especially during the fall. I was very busy in the HBCU band. Going. Football games, performances, especially the one I was in. It was always something. We always had a performance. Like every weekend we was gone. A lot of times it'd be more than just a weekend. A lot of times we was at school Monday through Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday we was gone. We'd come back on campus by Sunday a lot of times. So, you know, just moving around a lot. So on the fall I didn't have a lot of time to really work. I mean, the band is cardio, it's taxing on you. But like as far as hitting the weights, I didn't have time. But when the spring came, we didn't have as much to do. So I was like, oh yeah, I like this. I still was in other ensembles, but I had time to go to the intramural, which is basically campus. It's where they got an indoor track and where they redoing the intramural currently at my alma mater. But so it's gonna have a Olympic swimming pool and all this stuff in it now, as well as a health and wellness center. It's something like that. But anyway, it's got all the workout equipment. But then there was also another spot on campus in the basement of one of the dorms, in the basement of Bowen. Bowen was the name of the dorm. That's where you could take weightlifting as a PE course. I didn't take weightlifting, but this dude in a band used to take weightlifting. Shout out to Harpo. That's his crab name. I don't put his real name on here because he might not want people to know. Well, anyway, he don't care. Put it like that. He don't care. I photobombed one of his pictures on Facebook, so I'm on his page on Facebook. So if y'all ever find Harpo, y'all will see me on there. But anyway, but yeah, Harpo was taking weightlifting, and Harpo was like, he saw me in the intramural. The intramural had a lot of machines, you know, like typical, you know, gym machines, you know, which was cool. It had an indoor track, it had basketball courts, racquetball courts, all that kind of stuff in there, volleyball courts. It had all that in there. So we would go upstairs and I would work out on the machines and stuff, and Harpo seen me in there one day, and Harpo was like, I ain't know you. I was like, man, you know, I do a little something here and there. He was like, you know, I'm taking weightlifting for a PE course. And it's so crazy because Harpo is a little bitty dude, like no muscle, little bitty short little chocolate dude. But he was a sweetheart though. I'm gonna get you. I got you that time. He was like, man, you should come to Bowen sometime. And I was like, what's in there? He was like, in the basement, man. We be down in the basement lifting weights. And I'm like, for real? He was like, they got better weights over there. I was like, I didn't really ask no questions. I said, okay. I said, next time y'all over there, hit me up. He called me and was like, we over here lifting, come on. So I, you know, threw on a little something, threw on some sweats and a t-shirt, and had it over there. Bowen was exactly what I wanted. They had free weights. They didn't have a lot of machines. It was mostly iron. Like everything in there was it was the way I love workout equipment. Old, if you don't know what you're doing, you'll kill yourself. It ain't much safety in mind in there. A lot of iron. All you hear is the clink, 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 all the weights clinging together. That's what I love. It ain't a lot of, I mean, talking, but you know, dudes in that trash talking. So when I come in there, you know, naturally all the dudes look up. I come in there with Harpo. I'm 5'8". Harpo gotta be 5'4". Skinny as hell. Back then, he done put a little meat on him now. He done got puffy now. Yeah, it ain't muscle meat. his fat meat. But that's all right, you know. He a little chocolate, little butterball now. But anyway, um, but I come in there with skinny ass Harpo. And they like, Harpo, who that is you got with you? And my slick ass mouth, none of your fucking business. Move out of the way. I came here to lift. You know. And you know, dudes is already, but you know, you have to check dudes, because dudes will think that you know what I'm saying, if you don't go ahead and check them, because see, you don't know what you're doing, blah 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 blah. But long story short, that's why I ended up working out in college, and I really really had a great freaking time, you know, lifting and everything, guys. Someone was on the football team. There was another place to work out on campus, which is where the football team worked out at. I think I went in there one time, but I never worked out in there. I just peeked my head in there to see what it looked like. But yeah, Bourne was more my speed. Bourne was more what I really liked about weightlifting. It reminded me of the gym that I went to back in the day that was like for bodybuilders. Now granted, you know, these college students, some of them dudes, yeah, they look good. They had nice physiques or what have you. But it was more the energy and the vibe and the camaraderie and the competitiveness, you know, that I liked about it. So, you know, just kind of like from that day on, I just kind of like, it was like I kind of wanted to recreate that, but in my own personal space. You can't create the camaraderie of it, but you can create the environment, the sound, smell of it, you know. Iron got a particular smell to it. It got a particular feel to it. You know, it's cold, it's heavy. It's, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what I wanted to create. So, you know, I've always had this dream in my head, of how I wanted my home to be, or my space, or wherever I'm at, properties that I own, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And having a home gym was always one of them, because I always said to myself, you know, what if something happens? You know, gym owners not going to stay in business forever, especially if you're not going to a gym like Planet Fitness or a chain or something. What if the person get old and shut the gym down? You know what I'm saying? Then what? There go your atmosphere. There go, you know what I'm saying? What if, you know, all these different variables? What if you got something going on like now, these damn pandemic? You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to be at the mercy of that. I wanted a gym in my home. And if I you know, invited people over, you could create that camaraderie, live together, what have you, be competitive. But at the same time, if I just want to be alone and be solitary and it's just me and the weights, you know what I'm saying? Just me talking to the weights, or me working out frustration. Because just sometimes I go out there and I'm just like, I'm just going through some shit, you know what I'm saying? And I really just need to just pound it out and beat it out on the weights or whatever. You know, that's what I do. So that's kind of what I'm trying to create, you know what I'm saying, here. And I ain't gonna lie, you know, I got lazy for a hot second. And but I'm back on it now. I'm back on it. As far as, you know, bringing that dream to reality, and I just kind of want to take y'all on a journey with me as I progress. Now, keep in mind, I'm the type of girl, I like it grimy. I don't need nothing real fancy off top, you know what I'm saying? I go in baby steps, and I get stuff as I feel I need to get it. I don't just run out and spend all this money like y'all see people on YouTube. And I think this probably what this series will be a little bit more different than other people. They go out on YouTube and spend thousands of dollars like everybody got that. Some people ain't even got $100, so you got to start where you can start. So let that be the opener to this series, me talking about how I got into, you know, lifting and whatnot, and why I love it so much. Well, I'll be honest with you. I love the results more than I love the work. The actual work is painful to me. But I love the results. I love being strong. When I say results, I mean being stronger, both mentally and physically, because it takes a lot of mental prowess to push through pain to get where you need to go. And I try to take that concept and apply it everywhere in my life, you know what I'm saying? to be able to just, like, even though something is painful, stick with it, stick through it, get through it, solve it, figure it out. You know, and I think I've actually gotten to the point where I actually work better under pressure. Like, sometimes when I'm not under pressure is when I fuck up. Like, but when I'm under pressure, that's like when I do some of my best work. So yeah, that's gonna be take one of this series, and part two will be, you know, how to go about finding you some workout equipment on the low, and just ways that you might could try to implement things and figure out what equipment you might want or you might not want. All right. So till next time, man. See you guys later.